What's up, listeners? We are back with another episode of the JDA show, episode 11. Jesse, Andy, how we doing?
What's going on, fellas?
Good.
Happy to be here.
I'm good.
So, since last we've talked, big Patriots news. Cam Newton, a New England Patriot. Words I thought I would never say. So
I almost want to go back and check the tapes because I think I may have said that I don't want Cam Newton in a Patriots
I know
jersey.
we talked about him at
We
least
did.
once.
We
as
definitely
like a potential QB landing spot.
we definitely had that conversation.
But it's
probably
funny
5
how
or 6 episodes.
it's funny
ago.
how quickly my attitude and pretty much everybody's attitude changed immediately because everybody's like, "Fuck yeah, we got Cam.
We got a former
we're
MVP.
Super Bowl contenders now."
Well, yeah, everybody was all over Stidham, and then the second they signed
Yeah.
Newton, like, oh, who cares? Newton's the guy
Stidham
now.
who? Stidham who?
Belichick's a genius. This was the plan all
By
along.
the way, I mean, how shitty must that feel to wake up as Jared Stidham and to like see that news? How defeating!
Sunday
is that?
was his 1-year wedding anniversary too.
Way to ruin the
I'm
day.
100% dead ass.
You think Bill knew that?
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
made that
Bill was waiting for that day.
He went to a wedding in Texas and he was like, "Happy anniversary, buddy. You're a backup.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Get off social media."
He's going to give him a battle, I think, for the job, but it's Cam Newton's to lose.
Yep.
So that's where we're going to start the show off. Then we're going to talk about some other Patriots news that broke Sunday. Patriots, filming punishment that came out. We're going to talk a little bit about Tom Brady. Have some Bill Belichick conversation. Since last we've talked, baseball is back, so we're going to dip into that a little bit. Maybe talk about how we feel about the Red Sox expectations going into the season. And then we are going to do the championship round of Boston Sports Trivia. Me versus Jesse. Should
Well,
be a
if
good one.
if we might do more in the future, it's maybe not championship.
Yeah,
That alludes that it might be the last
I'd like
one.
to get back into it.
It
at
won't
some
be the
point.
last one, though.
RJ's looking to get into the winner's circle here.
Maybe redeem myself a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe. If you would, maybe.
I don't love your chances. And then we'll finish things off with some
Lawn care
off-topic
trivia.
Yeah.
if we get to it. But, so as of Sunday night, Cam Newton's a New England Patriot. What were your initial reactions to this happening?
Excitement, happiness. I mean, he's hungry. He's been out of the league for.
So
he didn't play last year. He was hurt, right?
He played 1 or 2 games, but he was hurt when he was playing.
And I mean, everyone knew that he was going to be leaving Carolina. They didn't really want him anymore. I think he's hungry. I think he's a perfect fit for what we need right now. An established quarterback. I'm super happy.
Yeah, it's a 1-year
I mean,
prove-it deal.
Which is fine.
Well, no, that's
Yeah.
good. That means he's going to have that initiative. He wants to go get paid next
Yeah.
year, and I think it's $1 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
And it's 7.5 for incentives, but it's a win-win for
He's
us.
going to play hard. He's been talking about earning his respect, how people have been sleeping on him. He's got a big chip on his
Have
shoulder.
you seen those hype videos?
Yeah,
Those-
they're better than the TV Times
I had a
videos.
little movement watching that first one that he
Yeah.
dropped.
Yeah.
But I
absolutely.
was shocked. I didn't see it coming. And I think it's just it makes training camp way more exciting because I do think there's going to be some competition at the quarterback position.
Yeah, I mean, there has to be,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, my initial reaction was the same. Like, I was excited to hear that, and
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing him as our quarterback. But at the same time, like, let's not forget that in Cam Newton's, I think, like, last 8 starts, he was
0-8.
He was abysmal.
0-8 in
was
his last
bad.
8 starts.
So if he's healthy, if he's actually healthy, then I think that, I mean, if Cam can do what he's capable of doing, then that's what you should be excited for. But I still think that, like, that job is still up for the taking. Although I say that even though he has an incentive-laden contract. So the fact that his contract is, based on incentives makes me feel like Bill
They're bringing
really
him in to be
believes
the starter.
He's gonna be the starter for the season. So
Well, it's a good point to bring up because I think the signing is being a little overrated because I think, like you said, I think he's been in this league for 9 seasons. He has 3 winning seasons. He's not a very accurate passer.
Yeah.
Which is why if they're going to bring him in here,
The offense is going to change a little bit.
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It should be more of the offense adjusting to him rather than him having to learn the offense. Because
You can't.
But
yeah.
I think the offense is well equipped to adjust to his type of game
Sure.
because we have good running backs. We still have James White, Rex Burkhead. Hopefully he can stay healthy.
Yeah.
And Sony Michel, I still believe in Sony Michel to a certain extent, but With those three weapons working behind him, I think that sets him up for a decent amount of success.
Newton had his most accurate passing season ever. Christian McCaffrey's rookie season.
Yeah,
he was like 67%, which
yeah.
is good.
Yeah,
Downs,
and
but
James White is one of the elite pass catching backs in the league. Honestly,
interesting.
And he wasn't even utilized when Brady was like still quarterback. The last season, I thought last year they didn't use James White nearly enough.
No, I was gonna say. It's going to be an interesting little theme here because if there's one thing in Brady's game that was declining, it was his arm strength and maybe downfield throwing. And I know if there's one thing that Cam Newton can do when he's throwing the ball is that he has a cannon. So maybe we're going to see a little more action on the deep ball this year. I think.
I don't want to see a scheme that allows for him to be throwing too many deep balls because of how inaccurate he has shown to be throughout. Sure. Yeah, he had his most accurate season, Christian McCaffrey's rookie year, because he was throwing the ball to Christian McCaffrey.
Not even the accuracy thing. Maybe we'll just see more shots downfield. Cause I feel like
I think we'll see a lot of running and a lot of option plays.
Well, I do too.
Which is going to be awesome.
Yeah. I think McDaniels drafted Tim Tebow, running mobile quarterback. He also, when Lamar Jackson was coming out of college, he wanted Bill. Jackson was there to get drafted at the end of that first round. I think we either went with Michelle or Wynn. And McDaniels wanted him. So I think McDaniels is loving this opportunity to really, he gets to rewrite the offense. He gets to rewrite the offense for Newton. So, but that brings up, if this is a quarterback competition, how's it going to be when you're adjusting the offense to Cam, but then also it's a competition between him and Stidham, and you're going
Stidham
away.
Is your traditional.
I don't know if anything's going to really be fully adjusted until they have a thought in mind for who their quarterback is, because they're not going to really be changing much.
But you would think in training camp
they're going to have a playbook of some. They're going to have a playbook of some
It's
type.
night and day. I mean, you're talking about a guy who. I mean, Cam Newton's probably a run-first kind of guy.
Sure, yeah.
And then you have Jared Stidham, who's a traditional pocket passer.
Sure. No, but to what you're saying, you're somewhat right, because you think when Garoppolo went down when Brady was suspended for 4 games, Jacoby Brissett came in and they changed the offense like that for those 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, we could even see them competing with different type of playbooks and different type of plays being run.
That's true, too. And, I mean, I think if they were to go to one style offense, I think that you should go to the one that strengths for Cam, because I think the ceiling is higher for him, and I think Stidham can move from what I've seen in college.
Athletic.
So I think it's better to try and ask him to kind of do what Cam does, and Cam be this pocket passer.
Yeah, of course, and not to mention, I listed what we have at running back, but outside of Julian Edelman, who's Cam really going to be able to throw the ball to?
He's training. He's working out with Mohamed Sanu in LA.
I mean, that's great. I still like
Big
Mohamed Sanu a lot, but
better be.
Brady. Say what you will about him, I still think Brady's playing at a high level, and he didn't look very good this last year because he didn't have very many weapons around him.
Yeah. So how is Cam Newton going to look good with the same weapons if Brady can't? Yeah. I do actually think N'Keal Harry is going to have to step up this year, and I think people I've seen it on Twitter, people are already like, "Oh, this connection going to take the league by storm next year," and it's a picture of N'Keal Harry and Cam Newton, which is kind of funny, but probably
I am a little bummed that my Buffalo Bills won't win the AFC East now.
Oh, no, you're jumping. Isn't that? I was going to ask if this is going to change your expectations.
Yeah, that's it. Might as well get into that, and I'm going to say it does change. I think it's the Patriots division I think the Patriots should win the division. Now, I think I was on the Buffalo wagon, but when you lock down that most important position,
I can't trust Josh Allen to be, everybody thinks he's going to take that next step, and maybe he will, but I don't know. I don't picture the Bills winning 12, 13 games. So, and I do picture the Patriots now with Cam, as long as he's healthy and as long as they can mold that offense around his game, then I picture them winning, 11 games.
Yeah, I had them, so I think I had 10-6, and I think before this I saw them 9-7. Now I could see them as a 10, 11, maybe 12 win team.
See 12 wins.
So it just kind of, maybe that extra couple games, you get an extra home playoff game.
Sure.
I think it maybe increases their Super Bowl chances. By no means are they a Super Bowl favorite.
No.
But I think knowing what he's been to a Super Bowl before, knowing what his ceiling is, there's that glimmer of hope.
Yeah.
Knowing that if this guy plays to his full potential, what he looked like in 2015, or even what he looked like McCaffrey's rookie year before he got hurt, if he can play like that.
And I mean, outside of the Buffalo Bills, you're still playing the Jets twice and the Dolphins twice, which that's 4 wins right there, probably.
I wouldn't.
I would say
sleep
it's
on
3.
those teams.
I think he'll
You
probably
think we're
going to
lose in Miami?
He'll probably lose one of those, even though they won in
I
Miami.
think,
not-
I think
it's not-
both
it's not
teams
Tom
have
Brady
gotten
anymore.
better. I think both teams have gotten better, the Dolphins and the
Yeah,
Jets. I don't think
again,
this is the
everybody
worst
thinks
division in
that-
football right now.
The Jets
No.
did win 7 games last year, so they
And the
weren't
Dolphins
horrible.
are built to start taking off. They did take, Van Noy and another Patriot from us, I think.
I don't know if... I know they got some corner from Dallas.
Yeah, Van Noy is on the Dolphins now, too.
Yeah. And then
Speaking on that real quick, on the initial reaction thing, Patriots Nation was so happy that we signed Cam Newton, I think, because it's kind of been a shit offseason. I mean, we lost Van Noy, we
Probably
lost
been
Brady.
the worst offseason we've seen.
we've ever been in our lifetime. So
lost a lot of guys. Deron Harmon
Yeah.
was gone. I think there's a couple other guys are missing, too. But
what was their nickname again?
the Boogeymen?
Yeah, the Boogeyman.
They
What
were
a
so
stupid
scary.
nickname.
They were scary.
RJ
losers.
hated that. RJ hated
With
that.
those guys,
Stupid
with those
fucking
guys
t-shirts
gone
selling
though,
on Instagram.
I still think the Patriots will have probably a top 10 defense in the league. Though.
No, they will.
Absolutely.
I think especially with Belichick coaching.
Yeah.
It's still going to be a good defense. Gilmore's still there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, before Newton got here, everybody was saying Stidham was the guy, and I think the Patriots cartel, the media that's probably getting stuff from the Patriots, were all endorsing Stidham. It brings up the question to me: what happened all of a sudden for the end of June to just all of a sudden bring Newton when he's been out there for over a month and the market has been settled? So I think something has happened with Stidham over the offseason. I don't think that they are impressed with what he's been doing.
Yeah.
I don't think it helped that he went down to Texas recently to go to a wedding when Belichick sees what Brady's doing down in Tampa, training throughout this coronavirus. And I think Bill's a spiteful guy.
Brady has. I know we'll get into that, but Brady has no business doing any of that.
Yeah,
honestly.
I don't know. I lost my train of thought. You were just speaking on what again?
Just like what I think.
Oh, why the timing of the signing?
Yes.
Right. I think it was more maybe they didn't want to get into a bidding war over a quarterback, and they kind of were just going to roll with if he made it through and no teams were interested, we'll pick him up on a shit deal, but we're not going to go out there and pay anything more than what we want.
It's almost like it was almost like they were going to pick up whoever the last man standing was.
Yeah,
which
right.
really isn't much of a plan.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we're just going to take somebody in, whoever's that last guy standing that we can get for
One
cheap
could
money.
say that they've been planning on getting a better quarterback than Stidham all along, and like you just said, they were just going to wait until late.
That's what I would think, because what could Stidham have done at this point?
Yeah, because they're not even
nobody's,
training.
Nobody's allowed to do anything.
Yeah.
So, I don't think that Bill's sitting back I'm not really seeing good work ethic out of Jared Stidham. It's because
well, then they were never really confident in him, because if they were confident in him, no. I mean, no. I was confident
Maybe
in
he's a
Belichick.
long-term project. I don't know.
Maybe he's a third-year guy. But
Yeah.
I'm saying for this season, they're not confident in him, because if they were, Newton wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Either there was already doubt about him, or it crept in over the summer. And I just think if you already didn't have any doubt, I just think, why not bring Newton here a month ago to learn the offense?
Yeah.
This market, I know you said for the money to come down, but the market, everybody's been off the board for 2 months now. It's almost July.
Yeah, they probably could have done this whole waiting thing and still signed him a
But maybe
month earlier.
maybe it was on Cam's end, and he didn't want to come down. He finally accepted.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, because I mean, I am surprised that not other teams took a shot on Cam. I mean, you're talking about a former league MVP,
only 5 years ago,
who's sitting there and maybe Cam wasn't willing to take a league minimum deal. You know what I mean?
For someone other than the Pats, anyways.
Yeah, but I mean, there are a bunch of teams
Half
out there
the
who
NFL
need a
could use-
quarterback.
half the
Did
NFL
need,
could use
did
him.
need.
Yeah,
Because you think
A lot of teams
Jacksonville
drafted.
would be one,
Jacksonville,
but they're
for sure.
tanking for Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Chargers for some reason, but they got drafted Herbert.
Dolphins picked Tua.
Yep, Chicago traded for Nick Foles.
Chicago.
Carolina
Nick Foles,
also
but-
didn't do him a
Big
favor.
Nick.
They cut him a little
But-
late when the market had died down, so there was less jobs to get filled.
If you were a Bears fan and you could go into this season with Nick Foles or Cam Newton, who would you pick?
I mean, honestly, Nick Foles is pretty valuable in today's league after
Is
what he
he,
did in
or
that
is he
playoff
just
run.
is he just valuable?
I mean, I wouldn't
in the
say he's
system
pretty
that he was
valuable,
playing
but
in?
I would almost maybe say it's close.
think
I'm not going to
it's
go on the
close,
record
too.
saying that
They
I
both
want
are
Nick Foles
injury
instead of
prone too,
Newton.
because Foles is coming off a big injury
Yeah,
too. I
thank you.
might
so-
go
so who-
Cam. I might go Cam.
I'll go Cam, by the
Who's
way.
the starting QB in Jacksonville?
It's
Is it
Gardner
still
Minshew.
Gardner Minshew?
Oh, yeah.
Would you rather
Gardner
him or
Minshew.
Cam Newton?
Definitely
Newton.
Cam Newton.
So
Well, I think they're taking. I
everybody's
don't think they want to win games. That's the thing.
True.
It's so fucking stupid. But everybody's sitting around oh well, here it goes. Like, Bill Belichick's playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. And it's like, well, I mean, the answers are right in front of everybody else. I don't understand why this was, like, something that's, like, it's not like Belichick letting go of a player a year before he falls off, which, you know, he's infamous for.
Yeah, I don't think this is one of those Belichick genius moves.
No,
Like,
I mean,
it's
kind of a no-brainer, if you ask me.
Sure, it's gonna it's gonna look for $1 million, it is a no-brainer. Yeah, it's gonna look great if this pays off, but this isn't some type of
like
chess move and everyone else is playing
move
checkers.
By Bill Belichick. No,
he was the last guy left on the board. So,
but potentially the best guy left on the board.
Yeah. So, who do you think's gonna win the starting job? So,
it's Cam's.
September,
it's Cam's. I mean, like,
so you think he's gonna win it?
Because his contract, because they gave him an incentive-laden contract. I think that it's his job to lose at this point. And again, like, I wouldn't feel. Yeah, Stidham's. You know, he played. What has he been with us 2 years now?
This is gonna be. He's going into his second season.
So I mean, just like 1 year behind Brady, and you know Brady doesn't share any secrets with anybody. Like
no.
I gotta figure that Bill just felt like he was not ready to take over that starting job, and I would agree. If Jared Stidham rolled out as our quarterback, then I would not have felt very good about it. That's why I was saying I think the Bills would have won the division, and the Patriots would have been lucky to get 9 wins with Stidham at quarterback.
I mean, and also, adding Cam, it's just a better insurance policy than having Hoyer as your second best quarterback. It makes me feel a lot better.
For sure.
Because we know what Hoyer is, and
we know
what Cam is, but we know what Cam is capable of.
Right. And if he does go down, which is a not likely, but relatively likely scenario.
It could happen because the way he plays.
I'm wondering if like Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels and the whole coaching staff can sort of teach Cam to start running a little smarter and not run like a running back. Like, you look at like Russell Wilson, who is a very mobile quarterback, but he runs smart. Like, he knows when to get out of bounds, he knows when to go down. You try to teach Cam to run like that to keep him healthy throughout the season.
My thing is, though, Cam is best when when you're not trying to hold him back, and he's on a 1-year deal, so it's not like we have any
leverage or anything.
Like, we don't have any long-term investment into him. So why not let him ball out? And I think they're going to carry 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah,
every team they're going to get a third quarterback.
Well, the Patriots.
They already have Hoyer, and is it Hoyer?
Yeah,
Hoyer. Imagine we ended up having him as our quarterback this season.
Somehow won the starting job.
Oh my God, that would be the worst.
So I think Cam's going to win the starting job. Yeah. I do think there's going to be competition for it, though. I think Stidham still has a chance to win the job, and if he beats out Cam for it, Cam's not going to be here as a backup.
No,
he has no benefit of him standing there holding a clipboard.
No, but if Stidham wins the starting job over Cam at that point,
maybe
at that point I would be excited to see Stidham.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because that would tell me that he would ball.
Shows he's got some nuts to win the job.
Maybe that was Belichick's plan all along. He's just bringing Cam in here to be a sacrificial lamb to pump up Stidham.
Maybe
let him.
So
to
that would be the true playing chess when everyone's playing checkers.
Exactly.
Move.
He's like, I'm going to sell everybody Stidham when I cut Newton. Like, hey, just eat out this form.
I think I said this to Arjun the other day. I don't think this is going to happen, but I wouldn't be totally shocked if 2 months down the line from now, Adam Schefter comes out with a tweet. He's like, it's just in Patriots cut quarterback Cam Newton. He's now free to be picked up on waivers.
I wouldn't be shocked about any news that I hear, but with the Patriots,
right? Honestly, but we've been through a lot,
especially what happened.
But that is
here like 2 weeks.
That is an interesting. Oh, speaking of Antonio Brown, I've been meaning to ask. Do you guys think he's going to play?
Yeah, we should bring that up because there's teams reportedly interested.
And the Patriots are reportedly one of them.
Yeah, it was what Patriots, Bucks, Ravens, Seahawks.
Yeah. And he was working out with Russell. I think he'll go to Seattle.
I could see him in Seattle. I think he'd be a great fit in Seattle.
Hell yeah!
And if he ended up in Seattle, then I would
put
my money on Seattle.
I always love Seattle. I think I might pick them like every year to come out of the NFC.
Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf. Is Josh Gordon still there? Is he?
I'm not sure.
I think he's still under contract for them, but he's reapplying for reinstatement because they can't bust people for weed.
All right, well, regardless,
they can't bust people for weed.
Is that what his
anymore.
last bust up was?
Yes,
was for them?
Marijuana, substance abuse. Don't quote me on it.
Well, regardless of that, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, they picked up the Hollister kid at tight end.
They got Greg Olsen.
I think Marshawn Lynch is coming back too. Not that that's a big thing, but
is he really?
to the Seahawks. I heard that they're considering bringing him back.
If he's on small money, short down back,
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
not bad.
But if they add AB to that offense, holy shit!
I don't know how serious the Patriot rumor is because
I don't see that happening.
The Twitter account I follow, his name's IB or something. He's one of these weird guys that has these inside sources. He's not verified.
Yeah.
And he sent out a tweet oh, I'm going to check in with AB's people to see what... And I could just see AB or Drew Rosenhaus just throwing out the Patriots are interested.
This guy's like a 12-year-old at home who has...
Yeah.
Right.
And he's throwing out the Bucks. Yeah, he's just some troll.
Yeah, he doesn't hit anybody up. Yeah.
And he got lucky on 3 takes, so now everybody believes him.
But talks to his dog.
The Bucks were on that list, and Bruce Arians has been out saying that they're not interested in Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
So they don't need AB either. They got fucking Gronk, OJ Howard,
No,
Cameron Brate,
no.
Evans.
That's too many
Godwin.
mouths to feed.
Yeah.
I know Evans and Godwin are already probably thinking, geez, Brady's got his boy Gronk here.
Brown, Evans, Godwin, and Gronk. That would be.
Remember when they were showing
the
the Pats offense and they're like, oh my god, when
it was Gordon, Edelman.
That would be a whole nother level. That's through the 3 of the top 5 receivers in the game plus the best tight end ever.
Yeah.
I do think he's going to get another chance. He's too good to not.
Yeah,
Just get one more.
And he's been working. He might be the type of crazy that'll always be there, but he has been getting counsel and seeking counsel from saw him. He was with Deion Sanders, working on getting over stuff and whatever, changing his attitude. So
Deion Sanders is his therapist.
Yeah.
That's might as well be Dennis Rodman.
So other Patriots breaking news that dropped on Sunday is they are finally handed down their filming punishment that happened in December. It only took them 6 months.
Almost forgot about it.
I think, and I don't know how this happened, but I think somebody in the Patriots PR department did a very good job. Let's leak this punishment that's coming down at the same time.
Yeah, that's why they waited so long to sign Cam.
Yeah, maybe so they can bury this freaking punishment, so no one's talking about it. I mean, people are talking about it, but the Cam Newton story is going first.
I haven't heard very much about it.
I have not actually seen one tweet or article about that.
Yeah.
I've listened to it on the radio, but that's the thing.
I know
that's the only place that I've heard it.
It's getting buried from
Our
the
Giants
Cam Newton
fan,
noise.
Colin, remember he's in the group chat, he's like, the Patriots are trying to bury their thing by signing Cam Newton.
And, our buddy Zach, too, is also a Giants fan.
They're both
the same shit.
What a scumbag organization, man.
So if people listening aren't aware of the punishment, it was a $1.1 million in club fines, the loss of a third-round pick.
That's kind of big.
Yes, and the Patriots TV crews are now not allowed to shoot games in 2020.
That means what? They're going to have to use the national broadcast for their film?
I guess so.
Yeah.
You already know that they're not following that last one there. They're definitely going to somehow have someone recording these games.
Yeah.
I think the third-round pick's kind of heavy.
That is
the third-round pick is heavy.
That means I didn't know how serious the charges or their allegations were, but that means that they found some serious ground to
The NFL
warrant
hasn't put out a report yet either, so we don't actually know what's in there. But, I mean, they got a fourth-round pick for Gronk. This is better than what
this
they
could
got
be
for
maybe
Gronk.
a thing because they have a history of getting in trouble.
It is.
So they're going to get a worse punishment, you know?
Personally, I think they're almost lucky to only get a third-round pick, though. You only can get caught with these scandals so many times.
Yeah.
And even if Belichick had nothing to do with this,
it's still
sorry.
Yeah.
You lose the benefit of the doubt when you've been... This is now your third cheating scandal you've been a part of.
Yeah.
And this idiot that was filming didn't know you're not supposed to fucking film the sideline with the history of this fucking football team.
God.
Let's film the sideline. Against for the Bengals, they suck.
I genuinely think that it was just I do not for a second think that Bill was like, all right, I want you to film their signs.
I don't know if it was necessarily I don't know if it came down from Bill. But I wouldn't write it off as something that was just oh shit, sorry kind of thing. I didn't know.
I think it's a little bit calculated of a thing.
Kinda,
I think
somebody may have been.
The mass culprit for Spygate was named Ernie Adams. He's still there, part of the organization.
Really?
Yeah.
So,
I don't think that it's that, but
that's Belichick's
come on,
guy.
how do you not let that's on you not making sure that this guy knows don't film the sideline. And when they confronted him, there's audio recording of him. He's like, can we just forget this ever happened?
Yeah.
Probably offering him money because he knows
how much in trouble he's going to be in with the Patriots.
Yeah.
So do you think that the Patriots like, is this their final strike? Because I think that if another scandal
from
comes
the
their way,
NFL?
not that crazy, but I think next. I'm
I
sure
think
other owners.
of course, I think before this even happened, I think most fan bases around the NFL already
instantly call us all cheaters. Yeah.
Anyways. So, it's definitely their final strike.
I don't know if they could. Yeah, well, what like lifetime? No, like 5-year punishment or 5-year
Sean
suspension.
Payton was suspended the entire season for the bounty gate thing.
Yeah.
I think if they get
a fourth
busted again,
yeah,
I think
You think
Belichick's
Bill
going
would
to get suspended.
one or
yes,
more
and he
years?
deserves it. At some point, you need to reel things in. I know everybody stretches the rules. Everybody does.
No one's been getting caught like us.
Like, if they get caught a fourth time doing something,
That's
like,
where
are you
they start
kidding
saying
me?
that our
Well, and
dynasties
now
are
they have
illegitimate.
to be so much more careful too because they are under such a magnifying glass. That,
Yeah.
They're never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
They lost that, which is it's scary. I just think they need to reel things in.
Yeah.
Whatever they're doing, probably should just cut it out because I don't
Yeah.
think we need to see. Like, imagine if Belichick got suspended for an entire season.
That's
how he
a
would
real
probably handle
tarnish.
that.
Yeah,
I don't think that would go over well.
that's going to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, just like Brady's did, where he lost.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't think actually. I think they were like saying they were going to bring it to the Supreme Court and didn't actually.
I think it might have gone
Did
to the
that?
Supreme Court, and I think
Tom Brady versus NFL.
So I think he won in like NFL court or something, and then it went to the Supreme Court, and I guess like there's something in the NFL rules that Goodell has to say, so that pretty much the Supreme Court ruled
Ruling.
that Goodell had the power to give him that 4-game suspension.
Right, okay.
So they upheld it.
Yeah.
So then obviously he had to serve, and that went on for like a year. Remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he didn't get those 4 games he missed were in 2018, something
Yeah.
like that, and that Colts or whatever the Deflategate game was like 2 years before that,
Yeah,
or maybe the
2016
season
AFC
before,
Championship, I
something
think,
like
yeah.
that. But talking about Tom Brady, Andy, you kind of touched on this in the first segment. How do you feel about Brady continuing to practice through the coronavirus, despite the NFLPA saying that they didn't want guys out there doing this, that they were frowning
like I
down
said,
upon it?
I think he has no business doing it. I mean, am I wrong about that? I appreciate a guy who's eager to get to work and wants to do everything that he can. But when you're blatantly told stop working out with these players, and I think Brady even Brady even said like, oh well, like to the guys who he's working out with, like, oh, if you want to be here, like that's up to you, kind of thing. And it's like, well, like how are you going to hold it against somebody like a rookie wide receiver who might come into Tampa, who is like fighting for a starting job, and now all of a sudden he's given less of a benefit of the doubt because he doesn't want to show up when.
No, I know what you're saying. So I don't have an issue with it. However, I agree with what you're saying because he's putting other guys on the team in a bad spot. Because here it is, Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time, and you're feeling, even if you don't, like, you feel uncomfortable going to these practices with the virus going around, you're afraid to say no to him because he's your quarterback and he's Tom Brady.
Yeah, and if
Feel
the
this
other
pressure.
guys are going to be going there and building a bond with them, then you're like, oh, I can't let them get a step up on me. I also got to build a relationship. Like, I got to
Exactly,
be there.
'cause some of these guys are
Is he
fighting.
going to throw to me if I don't go to his workouts? No, but
I think another thing is he's kind of, I don't want to say he's being ignorant about it, but him posting, like, would it hurt to throw a mask on?
yeah.
Right, I mean, after these are over, then you're putting it all over social
I gotta
media.
say,
At
if
least
they
at
get-
that point, it would just look a little bit better.
I wouldn't have a problem with them doing this if they had all found out they were COVID negative, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, if they're getting tested, then that's one thing, I suppose. But like
when
when
you're
you're
doing the
like,
testing on their own time, it wouldn't be through the NFL.
Yeah,
Right.
oh, for sure.
Right.
But I mean, Brady's got resources. He can't get through the other.
I'm sure
60
that they,
tests.
I'm sure that they
Not
can.
even. I mean, I don't think there's even
No,
that many
yeah.
people working
I was
out.
just thinking, like,
Oh yeah, just
guys
so you
on the
have a
team.
few rounds. Oh yeah, that too.
But no, yeah, he's only out there for maybe a dozen guys.
Yeah, so I don't totally have a problem with it. I mean, you'd think Brady wouldn't post it and they wouldn't really glorify it. But
I don't know. I don't agree with that. I don't think he should be doing it.
But also, like, with the Roosevelt quote, he was like, the only thing we have to fear is fear ourselves. Like, with a picture of him training, it's almost like he was trying to take a dig. Like,
I'm trying to say that the coronavirus isn't a big deal or something, or that people are like just.
Because this, I'm going to transition to, at the same time, he's trying to promote this bullshit Protect product that's supposed to strengthen your immune system, and he's using people's fears on the coronavirus to make money.
Yeah.
This guy it's disgusting.
Yeah,
he's like a snake
he's a
oil
snake.
salesman.
Yeah, he really is.
Bad.
Just
I'd
like
say
it's-
it's disgusting.
I think it was.
It's distasteful and it's fucking gross.
I think there was an element to that before any of this even happened with like his whole TB12 diet.
The TB12 milk is garbage. It said that if you drank 12 glasses of water a day, you couldn't get sunburnt.
Yeah, couldn't get sunburnt. It would help you. Help prevent concussions. Like I think he's a fucking con artist. I think, and it's
Alex
all
Guerrero
Alex
is a
Guerrero.
con artist. He tried to pass some pill that's supposed to cure diabetes, and he got investigated by Congress.
Yeah.
And then he tried to do some.
At that point, why wouldn't Brady just break ties with that?
Because he's
scumbag?
a real friend of his. I mean, if it's a product that's supposed to help strengthen immune systems, whatever. I don't think it's total garbage.
Well, I mean,
whatever.
there's been articles that have come out that proving that what he said, like that the
Sure.
product is promising things that it can't do.
Okay, I mean,
which is disgusting.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. But
maybe Brady's heart is in the right place, and maybe Brady believes in what he's selling.
Well,
personally.
I think
he
does.
follows
I think
it,
he
so he
does.
definitely believes it, unless he's like lying about his stuff. But like,
No,
he lives
and
that lifestyle, and
I
he
get
seems
that.
like he's always healthy.
But it's almost like when a person
Does Tom Brady get sick?
When a person's really religious, like, hey, good for you, but you don't got to shove that shit in my
Sure,
face. That's
sure.
almost what he's doing with this. But another thing with Alex Guerrero, they do like those clinical trials for like
For drugs, yeah,
cancer
sure,
yeah.
yeah.
He did one of those, and I'm pretty sure it might have been like 50 people, and like 47 of them died. I'm not joking either.
I'm sorry, what?
What? How is this guy? Not
So he did some
What?
He murdered 47 people.
No, he didn't kill, no, all right. I probably should have said that differently. And I'm like, don't have the numbers exactly correct.
Yeah,
But
it's like-
he
it was
did
like
some
2.
type of, oh God, I can't talk, clinical trial, people that were sick. So they were already dying. And he had some type of cure for cancer, some type of medication.
Yeah.
And he was giving that to these people. It was like a real clinical trial. And like, none of them made it.
Ugh.
And he
Well,
was trying
three of them did.
Yeah, 3 of them.
3 out of 50, that's
Yeah.
6% success rate.
Yikes.
I'll take it.
That's a big time. Yikes.
Jeez.
Oh, so then, we're all Patriots fans. I think we can see he's putting in max effort down there in Tampa.
Yeah.
Max effort.
He wouldn't even show up for OTAs.
Does that bother you as a Patriots fan to see all the work he's putting in down there?
I mean, kind of, but I also can appreciate the fact that he's probably just excited for his new start.
Yeah, he needs to build these relationships.
Yeah, and like he already knew what he was doing in New England, and I think it was more on all the other guys around him to show up and put in the work. I do have some sort of frustration with the idea of him like not coming to OTAs and working out with a guy like N'Keal Harry, who was a first round wide
Right,
receiver.
and then you don't have a lot of success with the young guys.
Right.
I mean, there's people saying that you don't like the young guys or want to throw to them.
Yeah.
So maybe you should have showed up.
I
but
have some frustration in that aspect, but at the same
Only
time...
quarterback that didn't show up to OTAs, too.
Yeah.
Only
in the whole
quarterback.
league.
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, at least starters.
yeah.
Starting quarterbacks. But
But-
so I don't have an issue with what he's doing. I like seeing this, like Brady from 10 years ago, motivated.
Hungry,
He wants to have a good year, wants to compete for the Super Bowl. However, I have an issue with when he went on with Howard Stern, and he tries to say that the reason he wasn't going to OTAs when he was in New England the last couple of years is because he was having issues with his marriage. That's bullshit.
Well, how do you know?
He said that?
Yes, he was kind of like...
he was on with Stern.
Yeah, and like 2
Shout
months
out
ago.
Howard Stern, funny guy. Actually,
Yeah,
I'm
and
surprised
what's that
cancel
dude's
culture hasn't
name?
gotten it.
Stern is such a... Are you
Weird
kidding me?
guy,
Have you
yeah.
heard
No,
anything
he's
about Stern
weird.
lately?
I take back my
He is
shout
such a
out.
pandering pussy now.
What's that little slow dude on it that they always do those bits with?
Oh, are you talking about Chelsea Handler's
No,
funny
I'm
guy
talking about
there?
Beetlejuice. That's who
Oh,
it was.
Beetlejuice. I didn't know he was with Howard Stern. Like,
Yeah, he does like these stupid little skits where they ask him questions like 2 + 2, and he says 54. It's like it's borderline like disgusting. Like
No,
he's going to hell for that segment.
I was listening to Kirk Minahan's show, and he was ripping into Stern because Stern like went on some like talk show or like whatever, some sort of talk show
Sure.
and was like saying like, "Oh, let me be clear, I never used the N-word on my show." And then Kirk Minahan played literally like 50 times that he blatantly used the word, like not
ugh.
yeah.
Jesus.
He's like a total pandering pussy. But anyways, we won't.
Yeah, so I don't like that you're going to use your marriage OTAs are like 2 hours a day, a couple times a week.
Okay, do you think
you
he
can't go down there?
Do you think he would use that as an excuse if it wasn't legitimate, though?
Yes.
You do?
I think he really just doesn't want to open up to the fact
that
he didn't want to go because he had money issues.
Do you think he went to Giselle and was like, babe, I'm going to just tell him that you and I are having problems? Like,
yes.
I never know. Maybe.
I don't think Brady likes to be the bad guy, and he doesn't want to talk about his, like, say, hey, I was unhappy about money. I don't think he wants to seem like a money-greedy guy.
Marriage is too
well,
sacred.
I suppose that's an easier way to say it.
Well, sure, maybe he was having issues with his wife.
Out? Well, is he supposed to come out and be like, well, yeah, I don't really want to be here?
No, he can be honest, especially when he's already out the door.
You can't really be honest.
Yes, he is when he's out the door and he's not on the team anymore.
But, like, coming into last season, he can't, like... if people are asking him, like, oh, why aren't you
showing up for OTAs? No, I'm not talking about then. He didn't make the marriage excuse until this... when he signed to Tampa. So I'm saying, dude, you just can't be a little honest and say you weren't happy about the contract situation, that Belichick and the Patriots weren't fully committing to you.
Brady's all about, like, free love.
Well, that's my point.
I
so
love
let's bring up
everybody.
my marriage. I have
a great relationship with Bill. I have a great relationship with Mr. Kraft, and I loved playing for the Patriots.
Yeah, like when he went on with Oprah, and she was like, oh, how do you feel about Bill Belichick?
Oh, he's great.
I love him.
I get that. Like, he could be a little more honest and be like, yeah, you know, like, we had a lot of success together.
That guy went from a guy who loved to just chug beers to a tree fucking queer. Probably shouldn't have said that, but whatever. There's nothing wrong with being queer, but if you're fucking trees, you're fucking weird. But, yikes, we'll move on. So, we're just talking about Bill Belichick. So, obviously, I don't want to say he pushed Brady out the door, but I think he could have kept Brady here if he gave Brady what he wanted. Do you think there's any type of leash that Belichick's on? Like, if he struggles, do you think Kraft will pull the trigger?
I think Belichick will be here for as long as he wants to be. And I honestly think that if this season is a disaster and maybe even next season is pretty bad, then I think Belichick might just step away at that point.
Yeah, he would probably be something. I know he's like low 70s right now, right?
Yeah, I think he's like 60,
68.
Oh, so not 70 yet.
Yeah.
Still pretty old though.
He is. I mean, he could walk away. He could walk away at any point.
He has nothing left to prove. I'll say that.
I mean, he's still going to be considered
one
of, if not the greatest coach of all time.
I still think there's that narrative out there by a lot of the haters, though, that he's never won without Brady. I mean, he struggled in Cleveland.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Kraft takes that into account, but I think Belichick's not the easiest guy to deal with either. So when he's not the most easy guy to work with. So I could see if they struggle the first couple years here, that Kraft is maybe, hey, retire, push you into retirement, or hey, we want to move on because it's not working out. Because I mean, you lose the greatest player of all time.
I don't think that'll happen. I think
I don't
either. Let me make this point. Like, Tom Brady won what, 2 MVPs?
No, 3 MVPs.
Was it 3?
He's got 3.
3, yeah.
Okay, so for 16 seasons, he was not the best quarterback in the league, and he still had the utmost success with him throughout the tenure of their career together.
Yeah.
I still think Bill Belichick is a huge part of what happened with the Patriots over the last 2 decades. And to say that it was all Brady is... Is that bold?
I was joking. You said I don't even know.
To say that's all Brady is fucking asinine. I mean...
Yeah, that's not fair.
To think that Bill Belichick hasn't been at least 45 to 50% of that success.
No doubt. That's not even a question.
I think it's pretty close to a 50-50 split. But that's the other thing. You could say the same thing about Brady right now. Yeah. He's a system quarterback. He's never won without Bill.
Yeah, that's why they're both probably
How much
excited
success
about
would
it.
Bill Belichick had if he coached Peyton Manning?
Probably a fuck ton still.
Yeah. Why isn't Tony Dungy like listed as one of the greatest coaches of all time? I mean, he had Peyton Manning in his prime.
Won one Super Bowl. Should have probably won more.
Should have, right?
But it's perfect that Brady's gone because this is hopefully going to end the debate.
They both, I would like best case for them. They both show out. Yeah. Like it's right. Even if they're, it doesn't have to be measured in Super Bowls. Even like.
No, but if Belichick can take this team...
If they both go win their division.
Yeah, or...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Make it out of the first round of the playoffs, win a playoff game.
Which I honestly think that if the Patriots can win the AFC East, then they may even be in good shape to make it to, like, the AFC Championship.
Dude, I'm just saying, I might be the sickest NFL storyline of all time if it's Patriots-Bucks in the Super Bowl. God damn, you couldn't write it any better.
Can you imagine that week, those 2 weeks leading up to the
With
Super
all the
Bowl?
storylines and news. And
Can you imagine how bad Brady and Belichick
would want to
win
that game? Oh, my God.
Like,
I'll tell you, he wouldn't bench
highest
Malcolm
stakes
Butler in
possible.
that game. Yeah.
Highest stakes possible.
Legacy on the line.
Yeah.
Even though it wouldn't be because they both will have the ring still, but it's like, holy shit, man.
I think
so
later in
cool.
the season, if we were like seeing good success from both teams, I think at one point one of those guys would try to go get AB at that point. You know what I mean? Like
Shit,
try to get
man.
that one piece to like put them over the
Oh my
over
God,
the
that
top.
would be so awesome.
And that's what I said. Maybe Belichick saw how hard Brady was working down there, and that kind of was like, kind of motivated him. Like, maybe I don't love where our ceiling's at with Stidham, and I want to go bring Newton in here.
Yeah.
And I don't want to let this guy show me up down there. I want to do better than Tampa does.
Yeah,
Right?
he definitely low-key is thinking, I want to do better than Tampa.
They both, at the very least, have to be
have it in
reasonably
their heads.
motivated.
For sure.
After being together for 20 years, it's like you broke up with somebody and you want to have who's going to get the better looking chick, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even if say Belichick, he just retires as a Patriot, not like he gets pushed out the door or anything. What I kind of just brought up. Who do you want to be the Patriots' next head coach? Do you want it to be somebody internal, McDaniels, Steven Belichick, or do you want to have them go somebody outside the circle?
I mean,
bring in a fresh face.
My first pick would be Josh McDaniels, but outside of him, I think it's kind of like pick whoever sort of thing. Like I don't know.
I would like to see them keep it in house because then you'll see that those Belichick vibes stick around if you go and get a new coaching staff.
If you have somebody under his tree, then
exactly,
that would make sense. And that would be ideal. But that's why I think McDaniels is
the guy. Yeah,
is
that's
the
why
most
That's
molded for
definitely
that.
why McDaniels turned down that Colts job. He knows he's in
Right.
line. They probably told him whenever you stick around, as long as Bill's ready to be here, he'll be here. We're not going to usher him out, but it's yours if you're here or ready to go when he's gone.
I would like to see. And then
I almost would rather see
then you move
Steve.
but then you could move Steve Belichick
Assist-
to offensive coordinator.
Yeah, whatever, defensive coordinator,
coordinator. And then at some point, if McDaniels doesn't work out, then you could fill him into that slot.
Yeah, I think it would be a huge mistake to go right from Belichick to
his son. Yeah,
Because
that'd be too high of expectations.
Because maybe that
for
is
him.
more on the table if McDaniels does. Because, I mean, he was willing to take the Browns job. He went there and interviewed for it in the offseason. If he does leave, and then we're 2-3 years from now, Steve Belichick could be the next guy up on the totem pole to take over.
Yeah, which would be
those are
fucking
some
hella
huge
cool.
shoes to fill. Your dad's shoes. And
Yeah, we can't throw him right into the fire
with
like
the
that.
same name. Like
it's kind of like they
Coach
say
Belichick.
Yeah, that's
for Stidham, you don't almost like, maybe they're going to go with Hoyer because for a young kid, you don't want him to be the guy that replaced Brady.
Yeah, that could
That's a
kill his
lot to
confidence.
ask,
If,
exactly.
you know.
and not to mention Steve Belichick. Have you heard him talk? I mean, he's
He's
just like
oh my
like
God.
his dad.
If you were blindfolded, you wouldn't be able to tell the
But
difference.
if you're a player in the NFL, a guy who's 25, 26, 27 years old, and you see a guy who talks like that, and I mean, how old is Steve Belichick? Probably 30-something.
30-something.
So
Maybe,
like
I'm gonna look that
I
up
can
right
see
now.
like why like
I
Sean
guess 32.
like Sean McVay has some success because he's like, you know, he's like
offensive
interactive with
guru.
he's interactive with his players, you know, like they have fun, like he like probably
I get what
he
you're
probably
saying.
he gasses them up, he lights them up and shit like that. Whereas like Steve Belichick would come in and like it works with Bill because he's an old guy and you know everybody respects him because he's been around the game for so long. With Steve only being around the game for a short number of years, then it's like, who's this fucking drip who's trying to hype me up in the locker room?
Maybe he does relate with the guys though, and just how he handles the media because he's seen that's what his dad does.
Sure.
So you never know.
I mean, yeah, I guess I don't know. I'm not on the field. But.
If a name that comes up from outside the organization, I've heard people throw around is it John Harbaugh? Who's the one in Michigan?
Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh.
I would love to see big Jim Harbaugh.
I want him to come back to
down.
the NFL because he is not doing well in Michigan. They've had some bad years.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's doing all right.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
have they even won a bowl game?
that's a good
I don't
question.
think so.
They've never even come anywhere. They even touched the
They've
Final
had some.
Four.
They've had
But
some.
it-
He's
you have
had
to
some
be
bad
real
losses at Michigan too.
Yes, but they're still going like 9-3, 10-2. You know, in college sometimes you have to go undefeated to even make that playoff.
Yeah.
No excuse. Yeah, with Michigan, it's a big school.
I'm just saying he's been there now
High
for what,
expectations.
5-6 seasons.
Yeah.
because he went there before.
If you're gonna bring a college coach in, then why
Hey, I
why
like-
not just bring in Nick Saban?
That's Belichick's boy too.
Yeah.
I
he
like
didn't work
Jim.
out in the NFL. I don't know.
I like Jim Harbaugh as a coach in the same light that I love Pete Carroll as a coach. They're both like the weird guys, like out there, very player friendly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Another guy is, if he ever came free, is I'm a big Brian Flores fan down in Miami.
Yeah,
Sure.
The only thing, though, is like if he came free, it probably didn't work out in Miami, so maybe that would kill my confidence in him a little bit.
Yeah.
But I like that guy. He seems like he's like, I don't know. I
Romeo
like him now.
Crennel or Charlie Weiss, bring him in. Two original
Those
dynasty
guys are alive
coaches.
still.
Oh yeah, they're young, both are younger than Bill.
I think Crennel is actually still part of Houston staff.
Probably,
as the assistant
yeah.
head coach.
Yeah.
But yeah, those guys both got to be put. They're probably like Belichick's age.
Yeah, I bet Weiss is younger than Belichick actually.
Really?
Well,
Yeah,
they're also morbidly obese.
they are
Weiss
big,
is a
big
big
boys.
dude.
Big boys.
I think he almost. I was watching the some Tom Brady thing or maybe it was a Patriots thing back in the day. Weiss almost died.
Really?
Back in like 01, 02, 03, 04, and he was like on his like had to go into surgery, and I
Because
guess
of his heart.
I think something happened like that or something. Like,
And he's here 19 years later.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
not coaching anymore.
Almost
I
died.
think
He was
been done
coaching
for
at
a
Notre
while.
Dame, after
Yeah.
the Pats, but that was like years and
And
years
then he
ago.
got one other job. I think he was a Kansas head
Yeah,
football coach.
I
or
think
something.
he's still coaching.
No, I think he does goes
Play-by-play
on
or
NBC
something?
Sports Boston sometimes and does commentating.
Really?
How old? He's got to be close to 80.
No way. No way.
Close to
No,
80?
not 80. Not 80.
He's
in his
60.
60s.
He's 64.
Okay, he's not that. He's not even old as Belichick. Yeah, he's not
Yeah,
almost 80.
he last coached, according to here, he last coached as the Kansas Jayhawks football coach in 2014. Charlie Weiss, big boy, good guy though.
3 Super Bowls, great OC.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
transition. That was a lot of football. I like that, though.
Sure, I love football.
Hey, we're back. We're close.
Yeah,
We're
we're
getting
good.
fantasy football season.
Hey,
Do
we're in
you think-
July.
do you
We can
really-
start counting days now until we
you-
have real sports
Yeah.
back, which is nice.
I mean, like, I'm so excited to be talking about this, but do you think like there's a good chance that the NFL season doesn't even happen?
no, I fail to accept that there's any chance the season gets canceled. And I'm being extremely
I
I
mean,
mean,
honest.
can you
anything-
try to be
If
realistic?
Dr.
and not-
Fauci has anything to say about it, we're not going to get any sports.
Yeah, he wants them in a bubble. That's never going to happen.
Yeah.
They're going to be back September 10th. I think it's going to
Fans
be
or no fans?
Not at first, no fans, and I think that
Maybe
NFL's
second
going to
half of
find
the
some
season?
way to fit like a third in there.
A third of the fans
Of
or
the
a third
fans.
of the season with fans?
Third of the
Amount of fans in
Yes.
the stadium? Oh, so
Yes.
just spread out seating? I would be all right with that.
Imagine how,
It's
imagine
still
how
probably a
expensive-
COVID den, but...
Imagine how expensive tickets would be at that point.
Oh,
They're
boy.
probably-
Oh
They've been
my God.
talking about trying to
Like
sell,
nosebleeds would be like $500.
Oh my
sell
God.
tickets to come to the tailgate.
What?
Like, and people would have to wear masks or something. This is some idea the NFL threw out. Horrible idea. That they're going to sell tickets for people to come into the tailgate and tailgate before the game.
What the fuck?
Like, that's
thought
just
that was
like
free.
No, but they're trying to charge people to make money
Wow.
since they're not going to be able to let people into the
Fuck
fucking
off.
Ticket sales are a very
Fuck
small...
you!
Are one of the smallest percentages of a team's, like, revenue.
Probably make more off of fucking concessions.
I'm
How
like, when
much
I
that
say
shit
small, I'm
costs.
pretty sure it's something like 5% of their revenue is from ticket sales.
Yeah. Be like,
So-
if you come with a jersey, then you can tailgate for free.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the NBA bubble city, did you guys see the courts getting put in? Have you
Yeah,
seen the
doesn't it look like an AAU setup where there's
It's-
just like 4
yes.
courts next to
Oh,
each other?
really?
So I
Yeah.
have a picture right here. On
Yep.
my
Really?
phone.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Are they gonna have?
I don't know if they'll be
multiple games at once?
simultaneously
Oh,
played.
That'd be
That
so
would be
cool.
Look how weird that looks.
Yeah.
That's a legit ballroom.
Yeah, that's like...
this is good radio.
Yeah. So if you want me to give you play-by-play the picture, but no.
It's just 4 courts in the same gym,
Tweet it out.
side by side by side.
Oh. But no, yeah, I think it almost looks like the ceiling is low too. I'm like weirded out to see what that's gonna look like.
It's going to be
watching on
weird.
TV.
It's going to look weird, man. It's going to look like they're doing like scrimmages.
I'm a little concerned when it comes down to crunch time in the playoffs if I'm gonna have a hard time getting into it. It's gonna be weird with
trust
no
me, they're
crowd.
still gonna be dogging it out
because
there.
it's been taken away from you for so long. You won't. You
The
won't even
intensity
think, you
will
won't
be
even
there.
think twice
I hope.
about
You
it.
see the players are coming out now because, the question arises like, oh, is this going to be an illegitimate title? And all the players have rallied and they're like, what I got to say about that is I think it's going to be one of the hardest titles
That's what
ever.
Giannis said.
A few players have kind of said, like, to have this break and come back and play.
Well, and I heard Draymond too was asked, like, do you think there should be an asterisk next to the
Right,
season?
that's what the
And he was
phrase
like,
I
put one
looking
next
for.
to it. I don't care. He's like, it's still going to hold up in the record books.
Yeah.
It'll still be in history as somebody who won the championship that year.
Right.
But that would be funny if you're watching like a Celtics game and all of a sudden a ball from the other court flies in, because that used to happen.
That's
in
why they're
AAU all the
definitely. That's
time.
why they're definitely not going to have
Yeah.
games simultaneously played, or they'll have like put up walls, or I don't
Yeah.
know. Fuck, that'd be weird.
Yes or no on fake crowd noise?
Yes, it works really well in soccer. Yes.
It does.
It works really well
Dude,
in soccer.
I felt like when I was watching Premier League the
You
other
couldn't
day,
even tell there's not fans there. Like, it's that realistic.
I almost feel like
Although,
that's what I'm gonna need.
Although in that gym, though, I don't know how good
I
it'll
want
be.
to know,
but
like, who coordinates that.
Well,
because
in
they did a
soccer,
fucking
they're
yeah,
not
they
playing.
probably have a whole... What?
For the Premier League, the players aren't hearing that. It's just over the broadcast.
Yeah,
You
of
sure?
course.
Yes, 100%. If you go on the NBC Sports app, you can watch it either with no crowd noise or just authentic.
Are
And
you
the woman
sure
said,
the players aren't...
Yes, the
hearing
woman
it?
on NBC Sports said the players are not hearing this noise. It's only coming through the broadcast. So they're not playing... At least maybe
That
they're
might
doing
be a
it in
different
German
one.
leagues. In the Premier League, I don't believe they're playing that noise for the players. You can fact check me on it later.
Yeah, I want to say that they do hear it, because I think it's more for them than it is for us.
No, I think it's
No,
for
it's
the
for
crowd.
us.
I would argue that it's just as much for them, but if they're not hearing it, then my argument's obviously wrong, but I think it's to make them... The fans are there for them just as they're there for the fans.
No, I agree with
Yeah.
that, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna-
well, you... I don't know, Andy should look it up
Maybe
in a
I
little while
heard.
or
Maybe
after.
I didn't hear it correctly, but whatever. So baseball's coming back in a couple of weeks.
Great.
Ugh.
So we had a conversation about this last time. I think all of us were
Who
not.
cares?
You know, why you got to kill the segment? All right. So I'm gonna skip the whole. Who do you think won?
No,
the
I have a fun phrase. I think
Alright.
they both knocked each other out
Yeah,
and
I
lost.
had something like that
Yeah.
written down because you did nothing good
Yeah,
for the sport.
no one's looking for. If you think there's an asterisk next to the NBA title, there
Yeah.
might as well be a fucking star next
Yeah,
to this in the
is
record
just like
books.
a cute little tournament.
Jesus, 60
yeah.
games? What is
Yeah.
that, like three series?
Honestly,
Like, come on.
I don't really have a problem with just a 60-game season because the fucking baseball season's way too long to begin
It
with.
should be like 100, but that's another discussion. Yeah, that's my thoughts.
But, I mean, the players are getting, what, 80% of their prorated salaries?
To be honest, I don't even.
I think that's what I
completely
read.
know.
I think they're getting 80% of their prorated salaries plus an additional $50 million for playoff teams, which bumps
So-
that up to 83% of their prorated salaries. So, I mean, if
They're probably getting overpaid.
based on that, I think
Players
the players won,
Sure.
which they should.
The part that
I know. I sided
Took the
with
owners.
I sided with the owners last time, but I mean, I don't know.
I think at
Just-
the end
just
of the
pay them
day,
their
they
fucking
got
money.
they got the prorated salary, but the baseball players wanted more than 60 games.
Yeah.
They wanted like 70 or 80. So
Well, then fucking come to an agreement.
at the end of the day, I
before-
think it's a wash, and I
Yeah.
think they both did nothing but hurt the game.
Yeah.
They're going to get 5 or 6 days
baseball literally cannot
without
get out
all
of their
these
own way.
without all the other sports back. They were supposed to originally come back this weekend, 4th
Really?
of July, and they would have had the whole month for themselves. Okay, America's pastime. Here
Good
we
luck
are, 4th
competing
of
with
Do you
July.
know what the ratings would have been for that?
Good.
They would have been through the.
Probably
they would have been
the
the
best
best
they've
ratings
had, yeah.
ever.
Yeah, and now they're gonna have 5 great days, and they're gonna get absolutely rammed up the ass by all the other sports in the
because
ratings.
basketball's going to come back right after that.
Baseball's
going
gonna come back,
a
and you're
week
like,
later,
"Ooh,
hockey's
sweet!"
going to
And
come
then
back.
5 days later, you have the NBA and NHL playoffs
Yep.
to watch, and you're like,
so fucking
and it,
stupid.
just like that becomes third fiddle. So I like the 60-game regular season just because it's going to give me more incentive to watch because every game's important. What concerns me is that the games are just going to be overmanaged. And these games are going to be 3.5, 4 hours long because
True.
they're going to make it
True.
even more like
It's almost like
all
a
these
playoff
pitching
game.
changes. Exactly. They're going to treat these games. That's if they even take it that serious because I could just see the players being like, fuck this. I don't even want to be here. But if they do, I think it should be a good product if these games don't just get horribly overmanaged.
yeah,
Which I think there's a good chance that's going to
I
happen.
would agree.
So, Red Sox expectations coming into the season. Their over-under win total is 31.5. So
That's low.
That's
Over.
pretty- That's
That's
pretty.
Hammer
a
the
little,
over.
little above 500.
That's terrible. I think they're going to be pushing 40 wins. I think they're going to be in the playoffs
I
for
could see-
one.
I could see them
If they
at
win
like
around
40,
31,
20.
32 games, they're not going to make the playoffs.
No,
There's a small chance, but
I think if you win mid-30s, you might get in.
really.
mid 30s, yes.
Playing with the Yankees.
To be honest,
The AL is loaded.
who really knows what the standings are going to look in a 60-game season? I think it could be really freaking
Weird, yeah.
like a lot of teams like
In the
bunch in the
same
middle,
area,
like
yeah.
around 500.
Well, and that is the thing about a 162 regular game season is that
Dude,
like
they get to play Baltimore.
some teams go on these skids where they lose 10 games in a row.
right.
But you can't do that in this. But that's almost like if you go on say they start off and they just start hot and they start off, let's say 10-3.
Yeah.
They almost just can coast
Yeah.
and just kind of go 500 and they're going to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you have to do is
I'd
get
say the
hot.
goal is to finish like 7 to 10 games above 500.
But you almost can't even go on a 5-6 game losing streak or you're screwed.
Yeah,
right?
it's going to be interesting. In that regard, baseball will be interesting to have
Right?
back because these are meaningful games.
If you get swept, then you're fucked.
Yeah, it means a lot to not get swept.
And they're playing the AL East and NL East, and that's it. So they're going to be playing. So there's some bad teams in the NL East, like the Pirates are bad.
Yeah.
I want to say the Mets are bad
I think
too.
the Padres are maybe in that. No, they're probably
NL
NL West.
West.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, there's games to be won. But
Who
hey,
else
can you
is
give me
in
the
that?
Patriot? They're talking about this on the radio. Can you give me the Red Sox starting rotation?
Fuck
Right
no.
now?
Yeah,
It's a trivia precursor?
Chris Sale?
no, he's
Because
hurt.
he's injured and out.
It's
no more
bad.
David Price. Erod is our number one.
Yep.
What? Is
there
he?
we go. Yeah. Here's one.
I honestly don't know if I could name.
Hector Velasquez?
Nope.
Erod, Stephen Wright's gone, right?
Yeah.
Wright's gone? Is he in jail?
It should be.
He's probably
Honestly,
on
what the
probation.
hell?
Evaldi.
Yeah, Evaldi,
Nathan
sure.
Evaldi, okay.
So then the other guys.
Can you? Are you just going to bring
No,
No,
you
no,
did
no.
not.
I looked it up.
Yeah.
I didn't know it until they were talking about it because I was like, "Who is going to be?"
Do you think will we recognize all the names, or is
No.
it people we haven't heard of?
So it's going to be this guy they brought in, Martin Perez, who's got like a 4-point-something ERA.
Sounds like a
Okay.
bomb.
Somebody named Ryan Weber.
That sounds
Didn't he
familiar.
start for
So I think it
Oh,
was-
that's Webster. We used to have a Webster.
I don't know who the fuck Ryan Weber is.
Yeah,
and
probably
then
another bomb.
right here on the projected rotation, they have Brian Johnson, who's that lefty. But there's,
Just an average
there's
pitcher.
I don't think this website's wrong. They're going to do the bullpen day, like the Rays
Right.
did, because they have whatever his face is from Tampa as the GM now. So
Yeah.
I think I had written down here the hitting is going to have to carry the pitching because the bullpen is
hitting
horrible
could.
too.
The lineup's still solid.
Our lineup is very
I
good.
have the lineup. I'll
Sure,
run down it real quick.
I think we have a good lineup still.
So Benintendi, Devers, JD Martinez, Bogarts,
Sick 4 right there.
Moreland,
Yeah.
Verdugo, the guy they got in the
Yep,
Mets trade.
pretty good.
Michael Chavis, I think that's
Yep.
how you say it.
The ice horse.
And it might either be him or Jose Peraza playing second. Don't know who that is. Vasquez at catcher, JBJ.
That's still
It's still-
arguably
it's
that's
still
like a
a
top
solid
5
lineup.
lineup in
Yeah.
my opinion
They
in
should-
the league.
I mean, I still think they scored a
But-
lot of runs last year, so
Yeah,
they
but
should be.
they
I think
did,
they
but-
led the league in runs last year, or like batting average maybe, or something like that.
Yeah, but their pitching was so bad that they
So
still,
abysmal.
They could put up 6-7 runs a game and still lose.
They didn't make the playoffs last year, right?
No, they weren't even close.
Yeah.
They were pretty much out of it going into September.
Oh yeah, because they started off good, and then didn't they have some horrid stretch?
I don't even remember
Yeah.
if they started off good. They might have been. I think they were pretty bad all year.
Really? Yeah.
All right, want to get into it?
Let's do it!
All right, Boston sports trivia.
Round
Me versus
2.
Jesse. A lot on the line. And
Archer's been training. I know.
I worked
that.
hard on these questions.
Did you?
I did.
You think they're good questions?
I think they're good. I think they're
Well,
some
if
of.
you have
I think
to
some of them
describe
are
you think
challenging.
They're too easy or too.
No, I think some of them are challenging. I think some of them you guys should definitely get, and some of them are challenging. So,
Did you do
All right,
10
cool.
too?
huh?
10?
10 of them. Yeah.
Okay. You keep track of the score too?
So trivia is going to be something that we're going to be trying to do. Maybe not every episode, every few episodes, and we'll just kind of, I got one win in trivia right now. Kind of just keep it like that, And the winner will always take on the guy who's made questions last episode. Keep it going.
All right.
Good to me.
You boys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Here.
Question 1. Who has the all-time most points scored for the Celtics?
I don't know if I'm going to be able to spell his name right.
That's fine. If you
Just-
close,
yeah.
we're good.
All right, I'm good to go.
Yep.
Go ahead, show him.
Yep.
John Havlicek. Nice job.
All right.
You guys know how many points he scored?
26,785.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Do you have any guess?
Fuck no. I thought he actually knew it.
20,
Like,
I knew it's in the
26,395.
Really? Yeah.
Nice job, Jesse.
Thanks.
All right, maybe that one was a little easy.
That's all right.
I'm
Start us off.
I'm a little scared that he just knew that number.
Yeah, right.
Imagine it to the T.
I feel like he's got like photographic memory.
Yeah, John
I do.
Havlicek,
I am
born
good
on
with my
February
stats.
3rd, 1963. All right, ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
What Patriots running back has the most rushing yards in a single season?
I'm good.
Let me see him. Corey Dillon, right again.
Nice.
Well, it's funny.
You guys
I
know the
heard
number
this
for that
on
one?
the radio a few days ago.
Did you?
I probably would have guessed LeGarrette Blount or something.
Really?
Yeah, he had like what 1,600.
Yeah, he had a lot.
1635.
Yeah. Nice. That's equally as impressive as me saying 26. I was gonna probably say something like that, but
Fucker, you fucking heard it on the radio though.
Yeah,
that's a good. That's
dude,
a good
it's
season.
funny, the first question that you said with John, I was thinking, I wonder if Andy's going to bring up that question.
Of course.
Our
Yeah.
Super Bowl 2 for 2.
Yes.
It's almost like
Jesse
we knew
thinks
these
that I'm
questions.
like, I do not know the questions.
Yeah.
I don't need no cheating.
Yeah, we were supposed to record last night, but Jesse fell through, and I gave Rich all the answers.
It's punishment. I'm still gonna beat him.
All right, number 3. Who is the all-time goal leader for the Boston Bruins?
That's a good question, Andy. Fuck you.
I feel like
I think it's like it's gonna be unexpected.
it's definitely not who I think it is, but there's another guy on the tip of my tongue that I can't think of. I like how you're doing all these like all-time.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm
gonna just make a really random
what
guess.
the fuck is that dude's name? It's gonna bother me. Fuck.
God, you're already writing, right? I just want to say something. God, I hope it's not Bobby Orr. All right, you
Let
ready?
me see him.
Yeah.
Cam Neely, Bobby Orr. Wrong for both.
Yeah. What was
Is
his
it
name?
Bergeron?
Johnny Busick.
Oh, yeah.
that's not
Never
good.
even heard of him.
No.
500.
I don't even know if Cam Neely played forward, to be
545
I think
honest.
he did.
Yeah.
I was thinking Cam Neely a little bit too.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised none of you guys guessed Ray Bork.
Oh, that actually would have been a good
That's
guess.
a good
That
guess.
might have been who I was kind of thinking of.
Those are probably the 3 old timers that I really know of, like for Boston Bruins legends or Neely.
I don't think anybody's.
All right, this one
Nah.
this one might be a gimme. What college did Paul Pierce attend?
RJ, you know this one?
No.
Jesse
Yeah,
does.
you do. RJ knows.
Kansas. Nice job.
All right.
Yeah, that one was. I
Tied
almost
3-4.
wanted to take that one away because it
It's all right.
seemed a little easy.
It's all good.
Sticking right on that one though.
All right.
What overall pick was Paul Pierce?
Oh my god, dude! I fucking looked this up.
I
Not
know
that long
it.
ago.
I know it.
You know it.
I know it.
You're an asshole, Jesse. Get a life.
I looked it up too. I was wondering if this was gonna come
You're
up.
practicing a
and I
little bit?
looked it up when I was about to get in the shower.
All right. I think it's going to come around to you. Let me
You
keep
for
my
sure
board.
know it?
No, it's not.
I'm 99% sure.
Yeah, you
It's
know.
not gonna come around to me.
No.
No.
You just take a guess.
All right, I'm good to go.
10th.
Oh my god, I was thinking 10.
Uh-huh. A lot
Right
of
now,
teams-
Jesse's got one now.
With what, 5 questions ago?
Yes.
A lot of
Okay.
teams passed up on Pierce, man. 10.
I know.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I was
Yeah.
actually surprised to read that.
Yeah.
What year did Pete Carroll coach the Patriots?
Oh, this is like fuck. Wasn't it more than 1 year?
I think it was just 1 year.
You sure it was only 1?
It was 1 year, I'm pretty sure.
All right.
Regardless, even if it's more
At
than 1
least,
year,
all
if
right.
we
So
name
what,
it one
what
of the
year?
years,
What year did he take over the coaching job?
this should be like if you get one. If it was multiple years, if you guess a year that he coached, it should count.
Yeah.
I'm under the impression it was 1 year too, maybe 2.
I think
No,
it
I'm
was
pretty
2.
sure. I looked it up. I thought it was just 1.
All right, well,
All right, then. 1 sec.
I could be wrong.
I think I know this one too for a specific reason. But if I'm wrong, I'll say what I'm thinking of. If I get it right, if I'm wrong, then Andy, don't look that up too close, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look and change my
I
answer.
won't look it up at all. Then.
All right, I'm good to go.
Let me see him.
My birth year,
I
1997.
went 98, 99.
97 is correct.
You're telling me he didn't coach in 98, 99?
I mean,
Look up 98, 99 Patriots coach.
Because I'm pretty sure it went from Carroll to Brady. I mean,
Carroll to Belichick.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Patriots. Coach.
Carroll to Parcells to Belichick. Nah.
No, Parcells to Carroll.
Yeah.
Are you looking it up too, Dick?
Yeah. I am.
If he got fired early in 98 or 99, though.
Oh, 98, he was the coach.
So we both get.
He was there, so he was there for 2 seasons?
You know, I should have worded it better because I really wanted to.
Well, you got to see what season that
It was
was.
97 to 99. So we both
Okay.
get it right. We both
Sure.
get it right.
Yep.
I should have worded it differently. I was just going to write what year did Pete Carroll take over as the head coach.
Oh, and I would have gotten that one right then.
Fuck!
It's alright. It's alright.
No, it's
Good
not.
questions so far.
Now I have to come up with a new one.
No, it's fine. That counts.
Sure. Yep.
That counts.
Why?
We-
Because you got it right
both,
now?
both got it right.
And that was what I said. If we named a year that he was a coach,
Yeah.
then it counts.
Okay.
That was fine. Andy.
Sticking with the Patriots, Rob Gronkowski broke the NFL single-season record for touchdowns scored by a tight end in 2011. How many did he score?
Money.
You really know this?
Yeah, I already have my answer done.
You wrote it before I was done reading that.
Yeah, I did. I'll look like a real asshole if I'm wrong, but...
It's a guess.
Let me see him. 17 is correct.
How many questions left?
This guy reads sports encyclopedias.
3 questions left.
Now I'm down 2.
All right, it's still a chance.
All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's hear it.
This isn't going to help you because Jesse will probably know this one too.
Oh, boy.
What Celtics coach holds the record for most career wins?
I don't know this.
You have a guess?
Kinda. This is like, I don't know.
I think I know. If I'm not... Ooh. It's gotta be. I'm gonna stick with my original answer.
Let me see him.
I want Tommy Heinsohn.
I think it could be Casey Jones,
it's
though.
definitely that.
Is it Red Auerbach?
It's Red Auerbach.
How the fuck did I forget him?
Tough.
Jesus Christ, it's over.
938 career wins.
I lost.
So, yeah, he was like probably the second most all time, I think. Finish strong.
Finish it.
Finish strong.
All right, number 9. What is the most wins the Celtics have ever recorded in a single season?
How the fuck does he know this? He wrote. You sure he didn't give you the questions?
No. Honestly, I might be wrong on this one. How many, right? Not the team. How many wins they had that season?
Yeah, what is
the
most,
total?
The most wins the Celtics have ever had in a single season.
You know what, actually? I'm going to change my gut answer.
I'm ready to go. I think it was in the Big 3 era?
Which Big 3? Our generation or the first one?
Ours.
That was my original thought that it happened in their first year. Streak? No, that it happened in their highest total was when they won the title with the Big 3, but I think it's not that team.
See it? Close.
68?
68.
Ah!
You guys, Jesse had 67.
My original answer was 66. Yeah,
68 wins in 1972 and 73.
Ooh, with Dave Cowens. Those were some slept-on years for the Celtics. They got 2 titles in the 70s.
All right. And number 10, who has the most all-time wins as a Red Sox starter?
That's a good
Starting
question.
pitcher.
It's a very good question, Andy. I'm going to need my time bank on this one.
Yeah, take it.
You already won.
Do you know it?
No, I just have a good guess. At the end of the day, this was my idea for a segment, so I went automatically.
Man,
I can't believe I'm gonna beat myself up that I got the Red Auerbach question wrong.
Yeah, we should have been. You should have been alive going into these last questions.
I don't know why I was even I thought Doc Rivers, and then for some reason I went Tommy Heinsohn, and I never even.
Tommy Heinsohn wasn't a bad guess.
No, my next guess was Casey Jones, the one who coached Bird. Yeah, the black guy there. Man, this is a good question right here.
Just take a guess.
Definitely not right, but
let me see. Correct.
Nice.
There's actually 2 correct answers on that.
But they're tied.
Roger Clemens and Cy Young.
Clemens was another guy.
They both had 192.
What a horrible! Did you see my guess? I guess Beckett.
Really?
Yeah, I had no clue. I should have known. I forgot Cy Young played for the frickin' Sox.
Yeah,
So
I actually forgot about that.
What I lose by 2?
Yeah, what did I end up 7 out of 10 again?
I think you were 8. And I was maybe
7.
You had 7, Jess.
What, I had 5?
Back-to-back 7 out of 10s.
5.
Wish I could have at least kept it to 1, but hey.
Hey, you beat Andy's score.
I would have.
What did I have?
4, I think.
4.
I would have won if it was my own questions that I wrote last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Snap.
Before we get out of here, it's just something off topic I want to say.
Yeah, let's hear it.
We must stop the porn bots on Instagram. I can't do it with them anymore. Every time I
click on them every time. Like when a girl's like, "Is my ass really this big?"
You're like, I'd love to tell you.
I'm like, well, yeah, let me do my part and answer that right for you.
I see it all the time, and it's like, I'm too cute to be working. Click the link. I'm just like, and I'll be like, shut up, bitch, on there, like, as a
In the
joke.
comment thread.
Yeah.
You have to click on. You're like, why didn't I just say shut up,
Did
bitch?
the bot police ever do anything about that? Because I used to see that people would tag bot police under those comments all the time. And I wonder, like,
I don't know
they
what's
just
going on.
report
They're
those pages?
running rampant on Instagram, and all these
so
times,
because I go through Instagram for the comments half the fucking time.
Yeah, comments.
And I have to
comment
like
bars
the
are
second I open the comments, I just scroll down immediately because I know that like most of them are like sitting at the top. Yeah, good point, RJ.
Recently,
With all that's going on in this country,
the last thing we need is porn bots.
Yeah.
When I go on Instagram, you know, if someone's trying to request message you,
Yeah.
and it's these weird fucking group messages.
Yeah.
They're like porn bots, and they're like, "Hey, I'm live here." I'm like,
I don't even know
I
who
don't
you
know.
are.
I have weird bots that text me now. I don't know how or where my number got leaked into some weird thing, but it's not like porn bots, but I have like
I don't
this
have one right now, thankfully.
I have this random number that texts me all the time, and they call me Guilford
Guilford.
or Gilbert. They'll say Guilford or Gilbert, and they'll be like, it'll say like looking to lose weight fast. Check this out, and the way they spell it is like they spell looking with like two zeros instead of O's, and it's like looking for a fit body, and like they use the number 4. It's the like most like cryptic fucking like messages I've ever seen. And I don't know who it is or why I'm getting them, but
those Instagram bots are starting to like really make me mad. It's so annoying. Like they're everywhere. I could go on my phone right now and read a couple. I bet if I go on Barstool's latest post, there's one right at the top.
Yeah.
And there's some people that like buy into it too. Like it's just like these horny fuckers all over social media.
that's why they do it though, because you know that.
Oh, the first one. Make me famous. I'm too cute to work a 9 to 5. Shaking
You
my
literally got
head.
it verbatim.
That's literally what it says. Let's go on another post. See the top comment. Yeah, same one. Make me famous. Oh, God. They got to be stopped. They have to be stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sick of them. But you guys got anything off topic? You want to get to anything that's really...
No, I really have to pee, so...
You really have to pee?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of have to go, too. What about you, Jesse? You good to get out of here?
Did I have anything? No, I mean...
You got nothing.
Nah, my golf game's been getting better. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, it must be nice.
I haven't even been out and played yet this
I'm out
year.
working my ass off every single day. This guy's just living his life like he's fucking retired. You ever gonna go back to work?
Yeah, man. One in the restaurant. I think Bernie's is going to be open back
I
up
heard
a little late. It's going to
Charlie
be more like
Baker
August,
said
I think.
that bars aren't opening until there's a vaccine.
Wow.
I thought they were supposed to open.
I know TD's is playing. I think TD's just open today.
My friend who works at a bar told me that bars will not open. Baker said that bars will.
Didn't they
I
just
don't know.
announce
I don't
that
think
bars are opening in phase 3?
I think that
on
might be
Monday?
fake.
Yeah, but they may be delayed because of everything that's happening in fucking Florida.
Yeah, but he
Thanks,
just...
Florida.
I
He
think that
just
might
talked today and said that. I'm pretty sure
I
they're
think
gonna
that might be
open.
some fake news. But
Sometimes I think we should
Jesus
just let the
Christ.
South succeed.
hey, man, you got to feel for these bar owners.
Succeed?
They're losing a lot of money in this
Yeah,
time.
no, like whatever the word is for them to just go on their
RJ's a
own.
big
no.
South guy.
No, that's... Thank you for catching on to that.
You
'cause
should
I
probably
didn't-
take the Confederate flag off your car. too.
That's not even funny in today's day and age. I'll get canceled by the time we have our next episode, all right?
Your neighbor will be
Well,
banging on your door for another reason.
I'm happy you said that, though, because I don't want to make it seem like I said that I wish the South succeeded. No,
You just said that.
I thought he said secede.
No, he said he wants the South to succeed.
I don't know the word that I'm trying to use, but
Andy's messing with you. Did he say succeed?
He
No.
said succeed.
Yeah.
He
no,
just
I
said
did,
it.
but I meant like...
No, I know you meant succeed.
Well, what I said was...
I think you actually
What I
said
literally
succeed,
said
though.
was...
I think you said it right.
Well, whatever. Secede is the word?
Yes.
That's what I mean.
SECEDE.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I think, anyway.
On that note, we're getting off the rails.
Yeah.
See you, everybody.
Thank you for listening. I hope everyone has a happy 4th of July. Peace.
See ya.